Bohemian Rhapsody is Bernardo Silva's favorite Queen song because, as he explains, it has a little bit of everything, and to understand the way they did the song in the movie, it's very nice. First they wanted to reject it because it's too long, but now it's one of the most successful songs ever. You have to wonder how former Benfica coach Jorge Jesus feels as the Lisbon man whose silhouette was big enough to make it as a footballer continues to thrive on a global stage. Bernardo quickly moved on from being rejected by his boyhood club and moved away from his family to Monaco, where he played a full role in a title race to rival the thrills of the season. First hitting the front in January and needing a last-gasp equaliser from Bernardo to grab a draw against the defending champions, Monaco held off the challenge of PSG with a phenomenal 18 wins and 2 draws from their last 20 games, as well as a tremendous run to the Champions League semi-finals that included knocking Manchester City out. "I must be honest and say it was the most difficult title that I've won," he told them. M.E.N Sport. "Even when we were top of the league around February, we knew that we couldn't drop points because we knew that they were very good and wouldn't drop points, so to keep the same level and win, and drop so few points in the second half of the season was very tough." "It's very difficult to have the mentality that you always have to win, but it's what we like." "It's very good to be involved in these title races because this is what you dream of when you are young, to play for the big competitions against the biggest clubs." "Liverpool are doing well, so we accept the challenge, we'll try and win it again." When it's tight and you are in the second half of the season, you always feel that if you want to win the title, even last season when we were however many points ahead, you always have that feeling because you are getting closer and closer to the end. "We cannot drop points on the season. When it is even tighter, we are out if we drop points." We know it. His blossoming at Monaco attracted Pep Guardiola's attention, whose bosses paid £43 million to make him his first signing of a pivotal transfer window in 2017. And since making the mistake of arriving at Manchester Airport straight from Ibiza in pink shorts because he underestimated warnings about the British weather even applied to July, Bernardo has barely put a foot wrong. Like the Queen song, the 24-year-old has used a little bit of everything to overcome anything he gives up in stature. After growing to excel as a winger at City, he has now settled into a central role, as capable as David Silva or Kevin De Bruyne in creating chances, and as tigerish at winning the ball back as Fernandinho. As well as 5 goals and 6 assists in the league this season, he has covered about 150 miles, the equivalent of running to Reading. If there is a secret to Bernardo's stamina, it is not one he is sharing other than insisting he is young and always fit to play. He recalls always chasing a football or tennis ball in his childhood, and Monaco staff told him he didn't need to bother wearing a Fitbit after 2 months of completely ordinary readings. Regular walks and eating out at a host of restaurants in Spinningfields, the northern quarter and Ankits. The star quips that they have to pay double at Guardiola's task also gives the impression of a normal, down-to-earth individual. Read more of today's top city stories. Back in the dressing room, though, the star quality emerges once again. Being fluent in Portuguese, English, and French has allowed him to ingratiate himself with all corners of the squad, and his demeanor makes him a perfect candidate to be the butt of many a practical joke. If it's easy to see what makes him popular with his teammates and the manager, Bernardo can always rely on family to keep him grounded. When I was younger, I could never have imagined that me at 24 would have already won a league in Portugal, a league in France, a league in England, and playing for the national team. I'm happy with what I've achieved, but then when you've done these things you always want more. That's what I try to do. They're proud of me and what I've done so far. I can feel it from my sisters, my dad, my grandmothers, and all my friends. People are proud watching me play in one of the best teams in the world, in probably the best league, and playing for the national team as well. My sisters not so much, but my mum and dad love football, and even my grandmother. I finish the game and sometimes I don't play very well, and my grandmother calls up to ask why I haven't played well. Instead of being criticized by Pep, it's my grandmother